Hey loves, so this is an official welcome to my channel. Now I have been thinking for the longest time, like, how do I want to do this? Like, do I want to have a studio set up and talk about what you guys can expect on my channel? So in the end, I decided to go with a more personable approach. And yeah, this is to say welcome to my Love Being Pretty channel. Now I want to chat to you guys a little bit about my mantra, Love Being Pretty. And I know that I mentioned it in a previous video. I think it was a resolutions video. I did talk about my mantra, Love Being Pretty, and what it's all about. But you guys, that video was so rambly. Like, when I go back and watch it, it was just rambly. And I sort of got to the point, but I don't think I did. Like, I don't know, when I watch it, I'm just like, I don't know what is going on. So yeah, I'm going to just make things crystal clear right about now, okay? Now, Love Being Pretty is my mantra. I'm sure I've been saying that for a while, so you probably know that already. It is my mantra, and by mantra I mean it is something that I live by, okay? It is, and when I say I live by it, I mean it is incorporated in each and every aspect of my life. Now, loving being pretty is not just about loving the way that you look physically, but it's also about having a pretty mind. I know that I sort of put it together on my Facebook page in the bio, and I mentioned that it's having a pretty heart, a pretty mind, and an overall pretty life. And for me, that is very important, because what you guys don't really know about me is that I suffered through clinical depression for a good 3 years, and I was only able to get treated in the 3rd year. So 2015, I nipped it in the bud and I said goodbye to the depression, and ever since then my whole perspective of life has totally changed. I try to be a very, I want to say pretty person, but I want you to understand what I mean when I say I try to be a pretty person. I try to live my life as peaceful and as loving and as tranquil as possible. I don't think peaceful is the word, I think tranquil is the word. I try to live my life as tranquil as possible. Now that means, you know, being stable in terms of my emotions, being stable mentally, being stable emotionally. A lot of my clinical depression was emotionally based, and it sort of then affected, you know, the mental part of me. So, you know, ever since I went through, it's like now I'm like sitting on the outside and looking back. It's like I literally just made it out of hell, and now I'm looking back and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like, did I just come out of there? Like, I am badass. But yeah, after having gone through that horrible ordeal, because it really was an ordeal, I mean 3 years of depression. And for those of you who don't really understand clinical depression, I'll try to include links in the description box of this video for you to just go read up on what it is. It really is a serious illness. You just feel incredibly hopeless, like incredibly hopeless. And I will be honest, the only thing that probably kept me from committing suicide was my faith in Jesus Christ. Apart from that, if I probably did not have faith in God and, you know, was not affirming every day that, you know what, I believe in you, I believe you're going to help me beat this. I mean, 3 years is a long time to be feeling all blue and sad and things. But you know, it's real. I went through it. But you know what, I came out a pretty person at the end. And by pretty, I'm not talking about physically, but I'm talking about overall. I'm talking about the way that I carry myself, the way that I interact with people in general. It has completely changed to the way I used to. I was very mean, y'all. Like I was a mean girl. I was a mean ass girl. Like I was really mean. And I guess that should have been a warning sign, or sort of like a symptom to say that, okay, something's not right here, you know, something's not okay. But you know, being a young Xhosa woman raised by my old-fashioned parents, whom I love to death, but they are kind of old-fashioned and they're thinking, it wasn't very easy for me to just be open about, you know, oh, I feel some type of way, I feel so demotivated, you know, I feel hopeless, etc. But really and truly, by the grace of God, I am just like doing so great. My life is pretty overall. I have a pretty mind. And for me, when I say love being pretty, it's never really physical. It's never physical. I love the physical side of it. I've always loved looking great aesthetically. Like, that's just who I am. That's how I was raised, in fact. But just knowing that I have a prettier mind and I have a prettier heart, and I'm more of a caring person, a loving person, and you know, I'm just so, my thoughts are so much more profound. You know, I'm not shallow anymore. I was a little bit shallow, I will admit. Like, I think 2011, 12, 13, I was pretty shallow. Like, and by shallow, I mean I took everything at face value. I couldn't sympathize with people. Like, if somebody would go through something hectic, like lose a loved one through a tragedy, you know, I wouldn't, oh, this is actually, it pains me to think about it, but I wouldn't even sympathize with them. I'd just be like, well, this is a part of life, you know what happens, why are you acting all brand new? Like, literally. And I know it sounds bad, but that's just the person that I was, and that was my way of thinking. I was very insensitive, and it's crazy because now I am very sensitive, like, to people's pain, to people's struggles and challenges. I'm very, very sensitive, and I genuinely just do care. And it's like, it's just a total change. It's like I'm looking in the mirror and I am not seeing my reflection. I am seeing a totally different image in the mirror. But yeah, at the end of the day, I love where I am. I love where I am mentally. I love where I am emotionally, but mostly I love where I am spiritually. People always say in life that things happen for a reason, and I used to think that was the corniest thing ever. Like, no, that's just people not trying to deal with things. That's what I thought. But you know what, having gone through the darkest period in my life, I understand that. I understand that. I understand that things happen for a reason. Sorry, like my mouth is getting all dry. If I had not gone through the clinical depression, I probably would not have the spiritual relationship I have with God right now. Like, it's no longer distant. It used to be very distant. I used to be, yeah, you know, I believe in you, but it's like, dude, you all the way up there, I'm all the way down here, like, you know. But now it's, I see God in every part of my life, in every aspect of my life. I see His work in every aspect of my life, and that is just crazy phenomenal. Church is one of my favorite places to be. I actually managed to find a church where I could just be me and be comfortable. And I say that because I obviously grew up going to the church that my parents sort of picked for me, and you know, there was a whole lot of history surrounding my grandpa. He was, I don't know, one of the founders or related to the like, there was just a whole lot of history behind the church that I grew up going to. But, and I will say this, I never felt connected. I mean, they'd obviously preach about the Holy Spirit and things, but I just never got it. And I never really, yeah, like there was just, I never felt it. Like, I'd be like, oh, okay, well, that's great. I mean, I'll just fake it till I make it to please my parents, but there was never a connection. And now, to cut a long story short, I found a church where I know, I can't say I belong because I don't want to belong to a church, but I found a church that really grooms my spiritual well-being, you know. And my favorite part of actually being at church on Sunday is the sermon, y'all. Like, yes, that's all I want to hear. I want to hear the message that God has for me, okay? But yeah, so okay, no, back to the channel. Okay, obviously it's my channel, so whatever happens with me, I have to share on this channel. I don't have to share, but like I said, I'm an oversharer, so I probably will share. But basically, you can expect to come on here and find the things that I share, obviously, but those things that I share with you guys, the things that I believe make me pretty mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, etc. At the moment, I am focusing mostly on beauty videos and beauty tutorials and things, but I will have chatty videos. Obviously, I don't want to force it, man. I don't want to force it. I want to be as genuine as possible, and it's not like I'm gonna try hard to be genuine, because that's just like not genuine at all. But I'm just going to do things my way, and I'm going to do things as I feel they should be done. I invite you to join me on this channel, and there's a lot. I can't really be crazy specific as to what you guys will find on here, but that's the beauty of it. All I can do is just invite you to join me on my channel and literally just walk the walk with me. Like, that's all it is. That's all it is. But I will tell you that I am planning on, okay, no, initially I wanted to release 2 videos a week, but listen, like, editing is real. It is real. Like, I take quite a while to edit, and because obviously I do other things, so it's like I have to make the time to edit the videos for YouTube. But I think I will release a video a week. That is the schedule that has been working for me at the moment. I have 2 videos. I filmed 2 videos. The most recent was a face mask. I actually was not going to film that. I was not going to film that. That was just my face mask day. Like, okay, my skin is looking crazy. Where's my antioxidant face mask? But then I was like, maybe I should film this. And then, you know, I took out the camera and I started filming, and wham bam, it's on YouTube. So yeah, you guys can actually check it out. I'll put the link here, somewhere here, or somewhere here. I'll just put the link in this video so you guys can go check it out. But yeah, so I wanted to film 2 videos a week. Now I think 1 video a week works. If, you know, I sort of get efficient in the whole filming then editing process, then I'm probably going to start filming 2 videos a week. But at the moment, you can expect 1 video a week. I cannot tell you what the video is going to be. It may be a tutorial, it may be a chit chat, it may be a makeup tutorial, it may be anything really. Like I said, I'm going to be me, keep things as genuine as I can, and the only way that things are going to stay genuine on my channel is if I'm true to myself. So I'll film whatever I feel like filming at the time, and I know that I put my foot in everything I do. Everything I do, I mean it. I want to do things to perfection. So guaranteed, okay, let me not say guaranteed, but no, actually guaranteed, you will enjoy. I demand. No, I don't. So yeah, guys, that is me welcoming you to the Pretty channel. I call this the Pretty channel. It's the Love Being Pretty channel. So welcome to the Love Being Pretty channel, and I want to end off by saying this. You are pretty, beautiful, gorgeous, intelligent, talented. Listen, these are all things you need to affirm to yourself. Do it every morning when you wake up. Those simple things, those simple affirmations really have a huge impact in the way that you live your life in general. And guys, remember that life is a gift. It's here today, gone tomorrow. So make the most of it. And I think I'm going to end this video here. So you guys can obviously keep up with me on my social media platforms. Listen, I am not social media frenzy, so I only have like 2 social media accounts. I had Twitter. I probably still have Twitter, but I don't use it. Like, for what? Snapchat, I don't think I'll ever get, because it's too much work for me, y'all. Like, it's too much work. Like, I mean, even with Instagram alone, I have to think, oh man, I haven't posted up anything on Instagram. Let me take a picture. Okay, Instagram. And I hardly ever use the Insta filters. Like, you know what? Yeah, I don't know. You guys can find me on Instagram, Miss_Pommy, or Miss Pommy, Miss_Pommy. You can find me on Facebook. It's Love Being Pretty. Love BNG Pretty. I love you for watching today. Stay loving being pretty, and I will catch up with you in all my other videos. See you.